I'm Odsess-Rubin. Tonight, Proposition 20. Basically, this one says, let's put more people in prison. The progressive liberal perspective on this one is easy. No on Proposition 20. If you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you are progressive. So, a little history. Very little. In the 80s and 90s, California was tough on crime, much like the rest of the country. Between 2011 and 2016, we tried to undo that mistake and reduce our prison population. Proposition 20 says, well, maybe we went a bit too far. Let's get back a little tougher on crime. So, what does Proposition 20 do? It's very complicated, but in summary, there are two kinds of crimes. Misdemeanors and felonies. Misdemeanors includes things like shoplifting. Felonies includes things like murder. Now, this bill would take some of those misdemeanors and turn them into felonies. It would mean that a shoplifting spree where you only got $251 worth of stuff could land you with a felony and much more prison time. Look, I'm just telling you what my laptop tells me. We'll also invent some new crimes so cops can take just a little shoplifter and say, oh, they're a serial thief. Felony. It also makes it harder to get parole. Now, a lot of the people it's talking about are terrible, terrible scum of the earth, including rapists, assaulters, sex traffickers, but those people are going to jail if they are convicted. What Prop 20 does is it says when they're eligible for parole, they're actually not eligible. It takes that decision away from the parole boards and whatnot and says absolutely not, by law you're staying in jail the full maximum amount no matter what you do, no matter how rehabilitated you are. Former Governor Jerry Brown has said this takes away the hope from those in prison. My biggest argument against Proposition 20, get out of here! My biggest argument against Proposition 20 is why mess with success? Our prisons were overcrowded before, now they're not, and yet violent crime is at a historic low, and property crime is at an historic low. Against Proposition 20 are former Governor Jerry Brown, current Governor Gavin Newsom, the Democratic Party, the OC Register, which is actually quite conservative, as well as most of the other newspapers, Courage California, the Progressive Organization, the League of Women Voters, the Labor Federation, and the ACLU. In favor of Prop 20 are one Democratic Assemblyman, Republicans, law enforcement groups, and supermarkets. Perhaps the biggest argument against Proposition 20 is that it would cost tens of millions of dollars, which would be funneling into our prisons instead of into programs for the mentally ill, programs for the homeless, into our schools. If you believe in defunding the police, you are against Proposition 20. You want money to help people, not incarcerate them. That's all I have to say. But who am I? What do I know? I'm an idiot. An idiot, I tell you. You do the research, read what you can, go, vote, 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 vote. California.